with the movement, and so I'm beyond blessed, beyond grateful above all else, and super excited for what's to come. Peace and love, my guy Monte tuned in. Peace and love, King. Excited to build with you. We're about to, if you guys are in the Arizona area, get ready, man. Some huge things are coming. My guy Monte got probably the best studio out here in Arizona. We about to really up it and turn it up. So go tune in with my guy Monte, man. Monte_motivated. Excited to build with you. Upthescore.ceo. Peace and love, brother. We definitely upping the score all 2024. Definitely upping it, man. That's all that we can do. Peace and love, brother. Let's see who else tuned in here. And so let me see. They just updated Instagram and stuff. So let me see. How to get the bag with bad credit. Okay. So we are able to still pin our comments, and so that's what's going to lead me into today's call. We got the camera here, we got Instagram Live, and we live on YouTube. So shout out to all of my mob members, everybody that is a part of the mob, everybody that's a part of YBC Billionaires Club as well too. I'm excited and I'm grateful to present today's information that we're going to share on today's live. I know a lot of people have been seeking this knowledge, but I'm not just going to give you guys a breakdown, what consumer law codes that we'll use to get the bag. I'm going to actually show you guys what steps that we'll take to go out and get the bag as well too. I'm not going to leave you guys astray and leave you guys, stranded with all this knowledge, but no knowledge on how to execute. And that's what I feel like a lot of these individuals and gurus out here do, is they'll give you a lot of game, they'll give you a lot of insight, but won't let you know specifically on how to execute with that game. I pride myself on literally, showing you guys step by step on how to do for self. Now it's for you guys to go out and execute the game plan, right? As Rod Wave says, y'all see we got the Rod Wave merch on deck. Nostalgia, we was just at the tour. I'm about to drop the vlog this Friday, so if you guys are trying to and looking to get an insight, this is going to be my first day in the life, my first vlog. It's going to be me flying from Philly all the way to San Diego. I got the flight, me getting on the flight, getting off the flight, to getting ready for the concert, to get into the concert, etc. That's going to be on Friday. Just want to come with some more content, not all consumer law, because that's not all that I do on a day-to-day basis, is submerge myself in this information. That is not all we do. But something that I am doing currently, that I'd advise that all of you guys do as well too, something that I am consistently doing with myself, is always challenging myself. So since October 21st, this isn't the thing, but I'm going to get into it right after this. But since October 21st, I've stopped smoking. If you guys know me, you know that I love my cannabis, my ganja. And I've really just decided to lock in specifically for everybody here, a part of the mob, a part of the YouTube, just to be able to just focus and put the time that I was putting into that, into my craft, into learning more, and applying more, so that I can go out and give you guys more insight, more value, more knowledge, etc. And so since October 21st, I've been doing that. But what I was getting into is I always challenge myself to, let go of something, or to, just something that I love, something that I'm constantly doing. And it's not so much because it's bad for me, but specifically because of that willpower. Especially as men, indulging in creating that willpower. I promise you guys, once you guys are able to control, understand that your mind controls the body doesn't control the mind. So even when it comes to you guys' diet, not allowing the thought of me being hungry, to me going out and eating late at night, is just bad habits in which a lot of times we do create. So just having that willpower is everything. I've been on semen retention. The longest I went on semen retention was like 8 months, I believe it was. No ejaculating at all. I went 8 months on semen retention. And so the thing that I attracted, the things that were just aligning, was truly, yes, the portal is open. So that's what I'm getting into. Yes, so that's what I'm getting into. So I always challenge myself. Always. So what I've done since 12/12, since the portal yesterday, I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm on semen retention right now. I'm not smoking. I'm like, what is it that I can give up? Because in order to go up, you always got to give something up, right? Bear with me. We're going to get into the call. We're going to get into the information on today's live, I promise. But what I've decided to do is, I'm like, okay, all I do is listen to Rod Wave, if we're keeping it real, right? Aside from that, I got my little baby when I work out. I got, some Drake every now and then when I work out, some No Cap, etc. Right? Not too many other artists. Kevin Gates, that was really it from there. So I'm like, all right, what can I do to provide more value for you guys? I'm like, okay, I really got the consumer law down pat, and I can come here for years on, just providing this value, providing this information. But I'm like, okay, how can I spice it up a little bit? How can I get in my bag more? Right? Because the more I get in my bag, the more y'all gonna be able to get in y'all bag as well too. And that's why on today's call, I'm gonna show you guys how to get in your bag, whether you have bad credit or whether you guys have good credit. I'm gonna give you guys a couple examples if you guys have good credit as well too. But specifically speaking, a lot of people already are out there that do funding. You guys can look online, you guys can search credit funding, and you guys can find 1,000 people doing funding, right? And a lot of them have learned from, the GOAT himself, him 500, right? Him 500, he's given me a lot of my funding plays and sequences, and there's not really too much more outside of that. Yes, there's so many other banks that are doing it and that will, give you high limits when it comes to funding on both the personal and business credit side, but not too many people are out there showing my people with bad credit how to go out and get the bag as well too. So if you got bad credit, I'm going to show you guys how to get the bag. And so that's what I feel really differentiates me from a lot of other people. I'm always looking at the masses and what the masses are doing, and I'm like, okay, how can I do exactly opposite what the masses are doing? And I feel like that's what's gotten me to the level of success in which I've been reaching lately, and I'm very grateful for such. And very excited to continue, pouring in this information to you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me well on Instagram. I see. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are able to hear me. Let's see. Peace and love. Peace and love. My guy Andrew's out here in Arizona. My guy CJ's got some questions. Do you have anyone in the team that shows how to format affidavit of truth? Yes, we show that within our personal mentorship, and I got something for the mob, for all of my mob members coming real soon for affidavits, so definitely stay tuned for that. I see Mallah, correct me if I'm saying your name incorrect, but love to see my brothers talking about semen retention, quantum leveling. I promise, it definitely is. My guy, okay, Mallah talking 724 credit score, and my aim is to have an 800 by 2024. Okay, beautiful. Everybody can hear me. We're dropping ones. CJ from DC, continue dropping what city you guys are in. I am taking mental note of it because going into 2024, we're going on tour. CreditGotti is going on tour. You guys heard it on today's live in 2024. Let me see if I got it on me right here. Like, I'm not playing when I say this. I wasn't going to talk about this on today's live, but... And there goes my camera light. Alright. So I'm going to show y'all this real quick, man. I'd be lying if I weren't to tell y'all. 2024, what I tell you guys during the 12/12 portal we was going to be doing. Writing down some 2024 goals. Y'all can't see all the goals, man. But let me show you guys this real quick. Alright, y'all can see the first half. But look. We got Phoenix, we got New York, we got Florida. Not sure what parts in Florida yet. We got Texas, we got Georgia, we got Chicago, we got Michigan. Or Louisiana, not Michigan. Let me show you guys here on the two, man. We got, those are the countries I'm going to. But this is where, look, host an event every month. Boom. And we got different cities. Out here in Arizona, my guy Monte and a couple of his business partners, we about to really get things shaken out in the city, man. It's only right to blow it up in our own city. And so, let me open up the chat box for everybody here too. We got Minnesota. Okay, let's be specific on what parts of Georgia. I know Georgia's pretty big, so y'all can let me know and give me an in on some places y'all want to see me attend in Georgia. That would be very insightful. But keep dropping your guys' city. I am definitely once again keeping mental note of it. I've been writing down the most, common cities that I've been seeing here on the channel. And so, that is what I've been doing is I haven't been listening to the music. So the 12-12 portal, I was like, okay, what are some things I can release, let go of? And that's just me turning on music. That's me listening to things of value so that I can provide more value to you guys. Something as well that I'm doing is for the next 60 days, I am going to be talking live on my Instagram and all my stories. That's something that I used to pride myself on doing all the time. I've kind of gotten away from it and really just been dropping some and really producing more content. I have a lot of content that I have unreleased, but what I want to provide to a lot of people as well too is a lot of content. As I've seen, a lot of people like the content when I do speak to you guys, so I'm going to be doing more podcasts. I'm looking to connect with my guy Monte so I can get in the studio and chop up some videos like 1 to 2 times a month, hop up in there and just record for hours straight, and then just be able to chop up these videos throughout the month of me just giving game, educating you guys upon different things, different sequences, different avenues that we could attack these consumer reporting agencies, different avenues we could attack these quote-unquote creditors with. So, I'm every month going to be dropping, and every day I'm dropping content, as you guys have seen lately on Instagram, on YouTube, with the shorts, with the Instagram Reels, really just over-delivering with value, with insight upon everything that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. So really upping the content, and what's allowed me to do so and what's going to allow me to continue doing so is with what I'm pouring into myself, because I can't pour from an empty cup. You guys cannot pour from an empty cup. You got to fill up your cup. And so I love music. I love listening to it. And, there's so many healing effects to music, and specifically even speaking the music that I do listen to. But if I can, and I'm still going to be hearing music, whether that be in the gym, I hear it. But when I'm at the gym as well, I do put in my headphones. But the gym that I go to, where I really train like hardcore, Elite U, out here in Arizona, they do be playing music on the speaker. So it's not like I'm not ever listening to music. I do hear it. But in terms of what I'm putting on, my choices, what I'm putting on my phone, that's all I really listen to is my phone, or on my YouTube on my laptop is either frequencies, sound frequencies, it's 432, some 528, or some American Indian flute. I'm streaming every night as well too, going forward, an American Indian flute every night so people can sleep to that, have some lucid dreams, as we do, enter into another dimension. But so that is something you guys will start seeing on the lives. If you don't already have the notification bell turned on, make sure to turn that on as well too. Eventually I'll be doing some 528 hertz. I am going to be putting together what I want to put together with my guy Monte is affirmation song, and 8 hours of just affirmations, wealth affirmations that we can listen to on replay. And so that's something that I am going to be bringing to you guys as well too, coming very, very soon. So definitely stay in tune for all of that. But above all else, let's get into the live today. I'm going to show you guys, as I did just mention, how to go out and get the bag from these corporations. So I'm going to give you guys the specific laws, and then after that, I'm going to get into and show you guys how to go out. So let me make sure. 1611, 1681, and 1640. Okay. Let me pull up all the websites real quick. I should have already done this, but peace and love, Maya. I am going to be on the island in February, so let's definitely connect. Got a great videographer as well. Send me his page if you could. No one ever given me spiritual guidance and financial guidance as well. No one is doing what you do. I like to come different, you know, because credit is all spiritual. It's all spiritual. So, you know, I like to intertwine them both because they are two of the same thing. I'm taking notes on how to get this bag with bad credit. I cut off my TV. Let's get into it, family. We about to get into it. Give me a second to pull up these reports. And if you guys are on the YouTube and you guys are looking to see my screen, just make sure to tune into the YouTube as well too. You guys are gonna be able to see what you see here on Instagram. I will flip it pretty soon, but I'm also shooting here on my camera. So I could drop some reels and stuff for you guys as well too, with some high definition. So I'm about to get the camera started and we about to get into it. All right, family. So as mentioned, a lot of people are out there showing people how to get the bag when it comes to having good credit, which is great, and I love to see. You know, I want to come a little different, you know, with today's call on YouTube. I want to show you guys how to get the bag with having bad credit. So we're streaming here on OBS right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my screen. Drop a 3 in the chat if everybody can see my screen perfect. If you guys can see everything on the screen perfect, let me know here on YouTube if you guys are able to see the screen before we get into it. Just drop a 3 for me, family. Drop a 3 and we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna show you guys on today's live 3 different consumer law codes that we can go out and exercise to get the bag with consumer law. I'm not going to just give you guys these consumer law codes. I'm going to show you guys exactly how, step by step, to go out and how to exercise these rights, how to exercise these codes that I'm giving you guys. Right? I don't teach, you know, UCC codes here in 2023, going into the new year of 2024. We are going to start teaching some uniform commercial codes as well too. So that is UCC codes. But, you know, in terms of what we've been going over in the year of 2023 is all Title 15. You know, not just Chapter 41. We've dove into Chapter 94 as well too, but mainly Chapter 41 and Chapter 94, which within Chapter 94, that's the Gramm-Leach-Bailey Act, and that it goes towards financial institutions. So specifically speaking, today is only right that we start at the beginning of Chapter 41, which is truth in lending. Right? And the name within itself says everything. Someone was not being truthful while lending. So in 1968, Congress passed the Truth in Lending Act, which that broke down within the congressional findings how these corporations were misusing our credit. Then we get into right away holding these corporations criminally liable for willfully and knowingly violating. Right? This is the verbatim definition of 15 U.S.C. 1611, criminal liability for willful and knowing violation. Right? And this is them knowingly and willingly violating our rights. Right? So it states whoever willfully and knowingly, number 1, gives false or inaccurate information. What I want every single one of you guys to do is I want you guys to go look up the definition of accuracy in a Black's Law dictionary. See, once we understand the definition of accuracy, we'll understand the power that we have. And what I want you guys to understand here on YouTube, anything that is not underlined, right, we are the ones whom is going to define it. And we got to know the proper definitions of this. And we got to stop using the Webster's and Merriam dictionary, because that's going to keep us in, you know, the rat race, in the system that they have created to keep us enslaved. Right? There's not physical, you know, chains around our arms and or our legs, but a lot of you guys have, you know, these chains around your guys' mind, which this is the highest form of enslavement. Right? right? Once they can control your mind, they can control exactly what you do, because thoughts are things and thoughts create our reality, right? Go listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza if you guys are looking to, reprogram yourself. Go listen to some Bob Proctor if you're looking to learn how to reprogram yourself, and understand that we have been programmed, but we must unlearn to relearn, to see things from a different perspective and point of view, and to truly free ourselves, right? So the Merriam's dictionary, the Webster dictionary, there's a reason why it's in the schooling system. There's a reason why they teach us these definitions. But when it comes to us being in that courtroom, these are completely different, terms that we've been exercising, and definitions for these terms in which we've been exercising and using throughout our lifetime is completely different, from what we've been taught. So the word accuracy, right? The word accuracy actually means the measure of value. So you as a consumer define what's valuable to you and what's not valuable to you. If you guys see things on your consumer report that is not of value to what's being reported, that is inaccurate. So right away it lets us know whoever willfully and knowingly gives false, you guys can determine what is false or inaccurate. Anytime you see the word or I believe is probably the most powerful word in the English language, because the word or, and this is just this is just my own preference upon, or not preference, but my own, what's the word? What's the word? Right, it's not factual that the word or is the most powerful. This is my own, taking of it as I've gone through and studied many different words from Black's Law. Because, and the reason and why I believe the word or is the most powerful word in the English language is because the word or gives us the power to choose. So if I'm sitting down and I'm shopping, or if I'm shopping, or if I was going to say, if I'm sitting down and I'm eating at a restaurant and, I'm able to choose this or this, right? That's giving me the ability to choose from what I'm looking to eat. And being plant-based, I need options, right? I need this or this. It can't just be all meat. It can't just be all of these, things that don't align with what I'm looking, to put into my temple. And so anytime you guys see the word or, that is Congress letting you know that you have the power to choose. Anytime you have the power to choose, once again, family, that is freedom. So if I'm shopping, I'm able to choose this or this, right? That is freedom, right? If you guys have an abundance of wealth, I can get this car or I can get this car. I can get this house or I can get this house. Right? Anytime you see the word or hear the word or, understand that that is freedom, right? That's options. And so Congress lets us know whoever willfully and knowingly gives false or inaccurate information or fails to provide information. So if they fail to provide information which he is required to disclose under the provision of this subchapter or any regulation issued thereunder. So the subchapter would be truth in lending. So they have certain disclosures within truth in lending that they don't disclose oftentimes to you guys. A lot of people have been seeing on the internet the right of rescission. The right of rescission is, yes, a very powerful code if you understand the true meaning of the right of rescission and the proper steps and procedure which these corporations are supposed to take, in which they do not disclose to you guys for a certain reason. If I were to disclose to you guys that, you guys can rescind this contract that you guys are signing right now, how many of you guys would go out and rescind that contract? Just about every single every single person out there. That's why right now, if we go to the CFPB newsroom, we can see that Toyota Financial is getting sued for over $6 million, for withholding certain disclosures, for deceiving consumers, for misleading consumers, right? So these big corporations, these dealerships are getting hit with big lawsuits for certain things that they're not disclosing to you guys within truth in lending, which they are obligated to do and such. Bank of America to pay $12 million for reporting false mortgage data. All right, Toyota Motor Credit to pay $60 million for illegal lending and credit reporting misconduct. So everything that we're teaching here within truth in lending, everything that we're teaching here within the FCRA, within the FDCPA is all applicable to why these corporations are being sued tens of millions of dollars. And what if I were to tell you guys that these tens of millions of dollars that the CFPB is suing these corporations for is our remedy. These are our reparations. But if you don't know how to go out and exercise it, and if you're just working with a credit repair company that is going to help you, yes, get it deleted, but not finish the job, the CFPB is going to collect on the behalf of you guys. We as consumers have the power to not only remove things from our account, but understand that deletion is admission. Deletion is admission to these corporations violating your guys' rights. So therefore, if they're admitting to violating our rights, now we can hold them civilly liable up to $1,000 per violation. Or if it's within truth in lending, I got something for you guys here at the end of the call. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. But back to 15 USC 1611. Whoever, I'm going to briefly read through this one more time. And this is the first law that I want you guys to master, understand, go through all of truth in lending so that you guys can see if they're giving false or inaccurate information. We just talked about false reporting or, from Bank of America, and they're getting sued $12 million for false reporting, or if they fail to provide. So whoever willfully and knowingly gives false or inaccurate information or fails to provide information which he is required to disclose under this provision of this subchapter or any regulation issued thereunder, right? So they can then be held criminally liable for willfully and knowing violation, right? So this is 15 USC 1611, and this is the first, code for remedy within truth in lending and all of Title 15, Chapter 41. So before even getting into civil liability, we're already talking about criminal liability. Then number 3 under 1611 talks about otherwise fails to comply with any requirements, right? Requirements imposed under this subchapter shall be fined not more than $5,000. So if they fail to comply with any requirement, they can be fined $5,000 or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. So we're not only talking about them owing us a bag, but now we're talking about them being able to be imprisoned for 1 year or both for them giving false or inaccurate information or failing to provide information which they are required to disclose under this provision. Right, so this is 15 USC 1611, family. And what I want to lead you guys into next is the next, part of remedy, the next code of remedy within truth in lending. So yes, we got 15 USC 1611. Now we're going to hop into 1640, which this is also within truth in lending. This does come right after the right of rescission, but this one right here is going to open you guys up to a lot in terms of. And before you guys look into this one, so this is the civil liability section within truth in lending. So first in truth in lending, they talk about criminal liability. Following that, we talk about civil liability. Understand that truth in lending, as I mentioned on yesterday's call, does not stop after 15 USC 1635. Right? There's so much more to truth in lending outside of 15 USC 1635. We also got 1666, 1662, etc., the Billion Heirs Act. All right, we are running live. Running low on battery, so let me get a charger real quick. Let me know, IG. Y'all getting some value or what, man? Who's getting some value on today's live? Let me know, man. Let me know. Who's getting some live on today's call? Who's getting some live on? Who's getting some value on today's live, family? The moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it. So that's just law number 1. Whoops. All right. So 1640. My brother CJ, you don't need nothing, brother. You don't need nothing. You have everything you're seeking. Let's change up our wording. I started looking up the right of rescission. So that's 15 USC 1635. So 1640. 1640. Check this out. Right away, it states an individual or class action for damages. So if there's damages, Congress is letting us know we should take class action. We should hold them civilly liable for the damages that have been done. Mental distress, financial distress, marital instability. You guys break down and define what the damages are. You guys define how you guys have been damaged, and only you guys can tell because you guys were the ones who were present through the transaction. And so what I want you guys to understand is that I'm live right now. I'll be done soon. What I want you guys to understand is that coming through and being able to break down the damage could be you guys being denied housing, you guys being denied acquiring an auto loan that you guys need to take you to and from work, you guys acquiring a credit card to help your guys' business expand or grow. So you guys define what the damages were. You guys know the reason and why you guys were looking to go acquire the loan from the first place. So you guys define, let me see. Let's drop some more questions here on YouTube. We got 36 people tuned in. Let's also get the likes up. Let's not forget to drop a like, and share and express your gratitude towards the movement. And it's not even for me. I could care less about the likes. I don't go in and look at the likes of every video or any video at that, but I know that with the likes getting up, more people are going to get in tune with this information. More people are going to be, all right, I guess it's not charging right now. So we may have to end the live a little short here on Instagram, and y'all will have to tune into the YouTube, but that's okay. A lot of you guys, I don't know what I was going with that. Oh, all right, I thought I knew. I lost my train of thought. Oh, the likes. Yeah, more people will get in tune with it. It'll mess with the algorithms. Get this on the For You page, the main page. A lot of people are looking, for credit information. I feel the way that I break it down, it's for anybody to come and be able to articulate this information and understand it truly. And I believe that it's very digestible. I got children ebooks that I've got coming for you guys, as I've mentioned multiple times, going into the new year. We're also going to be launching YBC University, come January 1st. So make sure you guys are all tuned in for the university, the information, and everything that we have at hand. So without further ado, 1640 talks about an individual or class action for damages. And it states, except as otherwise provided in this section, any creditor who fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this part, including any requirement under section 1635 of this title, that's the right of rescission, subsection F or G, section 1641 of this title, or part D or E of this subchapter, with respect to any person, is liable to such person in an amount equal to the sum of any actual damage. So if I was applying for housing and that housing was $300,000 and I needed the housing to, put a roof over me and my kids' family, that can be the damage that have been done. So this can be literally a six-figure play within itself. You guys define the damages that were done. That's why I mentioned you guys were the ones who were present during the transaction. None of these corporations can't be present. These corporations can't speak, breathe, hear, none of that. These corporations are simply corpse, dead entities. So you guys define the damage that was done from you guys being denied credit, from you guys having an account closed, from you guys having false and inaccurate information being reported, which stopped you guys from getting access to a line of credit, etc. And number 2, it talks about in the case of an individual action, twice the amount of any finance charge in connection with the transaction. In the case of an individual action relating to a consumer. So we're talking about twice the amount of the finance charge. Let me put in this battery. Everything's dying on me. My camera just died. My phone's about to die. My laptop not about to die. So go tune into the YouTube if y'all are looking to catch the second part. All right, we back. That's why I got 2 batteries, man. I invested into a battery. Good investment. So let me say that again. Let me break that down to you guys again. And I want to break it down for this camera. So family, under truth in lending, we're not only able to hold them criminally liable for willfully and knowingly reporting false or inaccurate information or failing to disclose proper disclosures that are required under truth in lending, but also we can hold them civilly liable and pursuant to 15 U.S.C. 1640 in an amount equal to the sum of any actual damage sustained by such person as a result of the failure. So if you guys have been denied housing, how much was the mortgage loan that you guys were applying for? That was the damage that was done. How much was the auto loan that you guys were applying for that you guys were denied, and you need that auto loan and that car to take you to and from work? You need the housing to put a roof over your kids', heads. You guys define the damages that were done and the amount of the damage that, came from you guys being denied, came from that account being closed, came from them reporting false or inaccurate information, which stopped you guys from getting approved, a certain line of credit. When credit, as we know, in pursuant to 15 U.S.C. 1602, is the right granted. So we're granting these corporations the right. It's our God-given right to receive credit. Deuteronomy 15, you will lend to many nations, but borrow from none. So how can I be denied something that I'm giving to them in the first place? See, we are the power. We are the battery. All these corporations are is simply extending credit. Therefore, they are the extension cord. The extension cord don't have the power. The battery's got the power, and we are the battery. So I want to make that very clear, and I want you guys to understand that. And then 2A within 1640 talks about, in the case of an individual action, twice the amount of any finance charge in connection with the transaction. So what I want every single one of you guys to go out and do is I want you guys to get a truth in lending disclosure. Peace and love to my brother Taquan X. I see you tuned in, brother. I see you tuned in. Let me show you the little setup that we got rocking out right now, bro. All right, let me stop this video too real quick. I just had to say what's up to you real quick. So we got the webcam, the 4K webcam. Let me show you. We streaming right now on OBS 2 official. So we got the whole screen showing and whatnot on Instagram. And I got a little picture of me in the corner. Then we got the camera, the 4K camera right here as well too, man. So we get into it, brother. We get into it. Yeah, just invested into all this, man. Great investments. Got a little tripod that we up right now. We're about to lock my phone. I'm about to end this live so I can save it. Consumer Law King. I mean, shit, I got to come up with a name for you, bro, because a lot of this and me diving into this consumer law really stemmed from your channel and your teachings, on how to operate within the private, on, changing your status, on getting out of the jurisdiction of the United States. And it really just led me more and diving deeper into consumer law. So, very grateful for you and your teachings, bro. All right, camera. So 2A talked about in the case of, so as I just read through that. So what I want everybody to do is I want you all to go get your truth in lending disclosure. So within your truth in lending disclosure, and I want everybody to get familiar with the determination of a finance charge, which is 15 U.S.C. 1605. Right, that's going to break down very clear what a finance charge is. So right here in 1640, we talked about already holding these corporations criminally liable in pursuant to 1611. Now we're talking about holding them civilly liable for twice the amount of any finance charge in the connection with the transaction for any violation within truth in lending. So it's not just like these other sub-chapters where it's $1,000 per violation, but we're actually talking about twice the amount of any finance charge per violation within truth in lending. So not only can we hold them criminally liable, we can get and or $5,000 per violation in pursuant to 1611. But within 1640, we're talking about twice the amount of any finance charge. That should show you the power that we have, and that should show you the power of truth and lending as a whole. Come on, family. Now, last but not least, so a lot of people have inquiries that they are getting deleted and or looking to get deleted. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do so on the live right after this as well too. So, once again, deletion is admission. That's these corporations admitting to violating and breaking federal law. So for them doing such, and pursuant to 15 U.S.C. 1681N, we can get up to $1,000 per deletion of each inquiry as well too, because once we've gotten these inquiries deleted as well too, that's also a violation within itself, as once again, deletion is admission. And these corporations, anytime they pull your guys' credit, they've received a finance charge. Any consumer credit transaction, there is a finance charge that is involved. Right? There's always a finance charge anytime you see a consumer credit transaction. And a consumer credit transaction is your credit card being pulled. If we understand the definitions within truth and lending, we understand that we have an open-end credit plan, and these corporations are getting access to this open-end credit plan from them pulling our credit. They're acquiring the finance charge, which the finance charge in connection with any consumer credit transaction is the sum of all charges. This is verbatim. This is how y'all know I really have not only studied this, but applied this information, because I'm going all off the dome. It's not, as you guys can see in front of me on the live stream. All right, this ain't something that we done just found on the internet and started teaching it. These are things that is not on us, but is in us. If you know, you know. All right, so any person who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed, so this is within the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which starts at 1681, all Title 15. Let me make sure we don't die here on the Instagram. All right, IG. Now is the time to go. Those are the three codes: 15 USC 1611, 15 USC 1640, and 15 USC 1681N. So those are the three different U.S. codes. And as I mentioned, next year we are going to be getting into UCC codes and some more heavy information. But we got to take baby steps, family. So understand what got us here will not get us there. My guy, Up the Score CEO, I see you tuned in, brother. I see you've been tuned in. I love to see it. My guy, Joe, it's been a long time coming, brother. Great to see your face and feel the energy. I could already feel it through the live, bro. Always coming with the energy. Mallah, very grateful for your insight. 1611, 1681N as in Nancy, and 1640. So go out, go check in with the YouTube as well too. You guys all can check out the replay, the recording. It will be on the YouTube, and it will be here on my page as well too, family. So without further ado, family, CreditGotti's out for Instagram, and I'm gonna finish up this live here on YouTube. So if you guys are looking to finish the live, you guys can simply click the link in my bio. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and check out the live right now on my live. And tonight we are going to be dropping the American Indian flute. So if you guys are looking to have some lucid dreams, make sure you guys tune into that live and allow it to just play as you guys are resting. So peace and love, family. CreditGotti is out. Oh, let me post this live real quick, man. Let me post it. No, not her. Not saving. That's actually crazy, yo. I thought it just died, but that should just exited out of Instagram. See, that's why I don't mess with Instagram. That's crazy. Well, sorry, not sorry, Instagram. I don't got no music, I don't got no copyright, nothing, and it just exited out and went to my home screen and allowed me to perfectly refresh back on Instagram. That's why, too, we don't be on the gram like that, man. It's good, though, because I got all of my mob members. I got everybody tuned in here. If y'all didn't check out last night's video that I posted on the mob, you playing yourself. So 1681N, this is what we can exercise per deletion of inquiries to get $1,000 per inquiry. Next, what I want you guys to understand is that, okay, how to exercise these, okay, where to go from having these on our accounts to going out and having them removed. Now, how do I go get the remedy? So first things first, you got to come here to freeinvoicegenerator.com and you got to draft up a video. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be going live on the mob. So if you guys are looking to learn how to actually draft up one of these, what to put within the description of the item, what to put, in the notes, what, how much to put, what's the rate per each, item that we are putting. I'm actually going to be going live tomorrow with my mentorship and with the mob as well too, breaking down how to create one of these free invoices through Invoice Generator. It's very simple though, so it's not mandatory that you do hop on this live, as this website, is pretty self-explanatory. But if you guys are more of a visual learner, which I know many people are, on the mob, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do so. So the next steps though that we want to take and where we want to include the invoice is through the reportfraud.ftc. So this will help us in terms of even just getting the account deleted in the first place so that we can go get the remedy. But through that, we can use reportfraud.ftc.gov and we can report an online complaint through the Federal Trade Commission on getting these accounts removed. Next, what we can do is we can file a CFPB complaint. See, as I just broke down on the CFPB newsroom, Toyota Motor Credit to pay $60 million for illegal lending. So for violating truth in lending, and credit reporting misconduct for violating rights within the FCRA. So that's $60 million for the 2 subchapters which we just covered. So you guys can find throughout my lives, throughout my teachings, many different violations within both truth and lending. I actually have an overview on the main page, which is beautiful. If you guys are part of the mob, you guys have an overview for the FCRA, for truth and lending, etc. And so you guys are able to go out. I was going to start a video on this video, but I'm going to do a summary and I'm going to start the video then. I'm just giving you guys an insight upon my thoughts. But credit reporting, that goes with credit reporting misconduct, the FCRA, illegal lending, truth in lending. Come on, family. There's a method to my madness. And I just gave you guys the 2 laws that you guys would hold them criminally liable and civilly liable within truth and lending for illegal lending. I just gave you guys the only, actually there's more, laws and where you can hold them civilly liable, etc. within the FCRA, but that's the main one is 1681N. I have a video here on YouTube that does show you guys how to go out and exercise other laws within the FCRA, upon holding these corporations civilly liable and or criminally liable. So we got reportfraud.ftc. I did a video last night, which I'm about to post and make only, accessible to the mob. I told you guys you had 24 hours to go out and make sure that you guys went through with this live. I'll give you guys another probably 30 minutes to go through this. So if you guys are tuned in live right now, right after this live, go check out that video. And I'm going to show you guys how to, draft up a reportfraud.ftc, and as well as another FTC report. I literally wrote it out and everything for you guys. As far as filing a CFPB complaint, I got that on all 3 of the membership levels. If you join the mob, you guys can get access to all of these videos. The next step that you would take, I like to take this one. So I like to do reportfraud.ftc and then I'll do the Attorney General of whatever state you guys are in. So right away, back to back, copying exactly what I put in reportfraud.ftc into the Attorney General complaint. Next, what I'm doing right after that is I'm filing a CFPB complaint. And then those are the 3 steps that I would take. Another step I would take as well too, is I would just file a regular identity theft report. So this is another step I showed you guys on last night's live as well too. but coming here to report identity theft. Once we come here to report identity theft, you guys can create an identity theft report, and you guys can send off this report with a copy of your CFPB complaint as well too. I like to include my invoice with that FTC report and CFPB complaint as well too. And then the report fraud, this is an online complaint. Same with the Attorney General. These are both online complaints that these two regulators will go out and reach out to the companies for. And that will help you guys in terms of getting that remedy and getting the bag. And so it's time to execute. As I dropped on my YouTube or Instagram shorts earlier today, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. And it's as simple as that. That's why Nike's statement is just do it. I can come here and educate you guys all day, but if we're not executing, family, it doesn't mean anything. So I'm going to do a quick summary for you guys really quick upon the whole live, and then we're going to end it there. All right, family. So we broke down 3 different U.S. codes and where we're able to go out and we're able to receive and get the bag from having bad credit. So a quick summary, we went through 15 U.S.C. 1611, which is holding these corporations willfully and knowingly. So redo. All right, restart that video. All right, family, peace and love. We just got done doing a live and where we broke down 3 different U.S. codes and where we're able to go out and get the bag from having bad credit. So the first one that we broke down was in truth in lending. The first 2, I should say, were in truth in lending. The first one was 15 U.S.C. 1611, which is where we'll hold them criminally liable for willful and knowing violation. So it states whoever willfully and knowingly gives false or inaccurate information or fails to provide information which he is required to disclose under the provision of the subchapter can be fined not more than $5,000, so up to $5,000, or in prison for not more than 1 year or both. Then we went into 1640 where we talked about, this is a civil liability section within truth in lending. This comes right after the right of rescission, and it talks about, we can receive in an amount equal to the sum of any actual damage. So we define what the damages were. Or it talks about twice the amount of any finance charge. So go get your truth in lending disclosures and go look up that finance charge. And then last but not least, the third code was civilly liable for willful non-compliance within the FCRA, which is 15 U.S.C. 1681N. And this is where we can get up to $1,000 per deletion. A lot of people use this one specifically to go get $1,000 per each inquiry deleted, because we remember that deletion is admission. These corporations admitting to breaking federal law for them, reporting false or inaccurate information on your consumer report. And now this is just us exercising our rights to go get the remedy. So I gave you guys a couple of steps on different regulators and different, complaints that we can file to go out and get the bag. So when we do file these complaints, I did mention we want to use freeinvoicegenerator.com to draft up an invoice, and we can go through reportfraud.ftc. Then after that, I like to go through the Attorney General. From there, I like to go through the CFPB, and all while I'm doing these, and I'm also sending them in and including that free invoice from freeinvoicegenerator.com. And that is helping me, specify the amounts of remedy that I am looking to, get for them violating my rights as a consumer. So, as I mentioned, family, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's go out and let's take action. Remember, you can have all this information. You can be aware of all of this information, but if we're not executing on it, there's no power in that. I hear the biggest myth going around on the internet talking about knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That is very incorrect. Applied knowledge is power. Execution is power. And that's, where we're able to get things truly done is through execution and application. So let's go out and apply this information that we are breaking down here on the live stream. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, because we are closing the 4th quarter out with a bang. So CreditGotti, he's out. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, family. If you guys aren't in the Discord as well too, I'm gonna drop a link for you guys. Make sure you guys are in the Discord. Make sure you guys drop a like for this video if you guys are just tuning in. And if you guys got questions, let's drop it in the Discord. Let's see. I got a couple questions from my guy Big T channel. He says, "What's up, bro?" Let me see. Let me get it off this one. He says, "What's up, bro? So how do we attack the IRS when they're trying to say you owe them and they already took $8,000 from my tax check last year? So how do I check the IRS when they already okay?" So and said our old buddy, and they said our old buddy. What's the remedy? And they said our old. I'm not sure what you mean by they said our old buddy. But how to attack the IRS. So the first thing that I would do is I would get connected with my guy Saquon. Next year, we're going to be covering this information here on our channel on becoming a secure party creditor. I'd go through in the meantime SPC University. That's High Frequency Radio's channel. But getting your status changed, you can go through my guy Taquan. So Taquan X, let him know CreditGotti sent him your way, and he'll take care of you. But High Frequency Radio, I don't have any association with him, no affiliation, but I've seen and heard a lot of great information, in terms of becoming a secured party creditor. And so that is something that in terms of taxes and everything you are going to want to get done. But something that you could attack in the meantime, just being a natural person as a whole, is you could cease and desist. And I would really break down everything within the FDCPA to them, because at the end of the day, they themselves are simply debt collectors. So get familiar with the FDCPA if you haven't, and if you're not already a part of the mob, get in tune with the mob, everything we have going on there. And we have an FDCPA overview, and I'd get familiar with the FDCPA before doing anything. So if you're not in tune with 15 USC 1692, start there and congressional findings, and then move to 1692A, which is the definition section. And from there, if you're looking for more insight, join the mob and everything we have going on in there. And I promise you'll get all the insight that you are seeking in terms of what to do with them. On top of that, we got so much free value on the FDCPA. So look up videos that I have about debt collectors, etc. And you'll be able to get what you're looking to get done in terms of false or misleading representation. Go look up that video. I'm wearing a blue vest. That video is great. And there's many different violations that the IRS has gone through, especially with them already taking, money from you. 1692E will be great. 1692C, cease and desist, etc. Different. Want to join the Discord? 100%, brother. I just dropped the link. I'll drop it one more time for you. And without further ado, family, I'm out. Peace and love. Let's get the likes up, though. Don't play with it. Let's get the likes up. You know the vibes. Peace and love.